On Saturday, Mary spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petrosky. So, Saturday, they were writing a letter to Wanda Petrosky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend. And they signed it both with lots of X for love. They mailed the letter to Boggins Height, writing please forward to the on the envelope. So they didn't know the address, so they wrote the letter to Boggins Height, writing please forward to on the envelope. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So as days passed, what happened? Their letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt, angry, she was not going to answer. So they thought that Wanda was very angry, so that she has not she may receive the letter, but she didn't answer the letter. You could not blame her. Weeks went by and still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speechlessness about Wanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with, how many dresses have you got? And before Wanda would press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, stop. Then everybody could feel ashamed the way she used to feel. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. It was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school, before the holiday, the teacher showed the class letter she had received that morning. So the class was going to close and the teacher showed the students one letter that was received that morning. You remember Wanda Petrosky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest. So teacher is asking, do you remember Wanda Petrosky, the gifted artist who won the contest? Well, she has written me and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming. So Wanda is telling, I would like to give my dress, that is the painting of the dress, that green color with the red trimming, to Peggy, and her friend Maddie to have the blue one for Christmas. I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. So I love you. I miss your school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petrosky. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawing very carefully. All the house had weather and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window, candy peppermint sticks and couples of shiny transparent papers were strung. So decorative containers full of flowers and fruits. Everything was there in the store. The air smelled like Christmas and lights shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. Boys, said Peggy. This shows she really likes us. It shows she had got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything was all right, and that's that. So Peggy is telling, see, she had given us this drawing. That means she liked us, and she is what? She has accepted our apology. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she would never see the little tipped-lipped polished girl again and couldn't ever really make things right between them. But Maddie was very sad because she knew that she will not be able to meet Vanda again and will not be able to tell her sorry. She went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliance of the color. Mary sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Vanda had been nice to her anyway. Tears blurred her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. So she was looking at the picture and tears were coming from her eyes. She rubbed her tears and was intensively looking at the picture. The color in the dress was so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. The color of the dress was so vivid that so attractive that she hadn't noticed the face of that drawing. But it looked like her. Maddie, it really looked like her own mouth. Voice really looked like her own self. Vanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy. So, when she looked at it closely, she saw that the face of the drawing looked exactly like her face. So, she thought that Vanda had drawn her picture. This picture was intended for Maddie. So, with that picture, she ran to Peggy. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as she started up to her room where Vanda's drawing was lying face down on the bed. Mary carefully raised it. Look, she has drawn you. That's you, she exclaimed. And the head and face of the picture did look like Peggy. So the picture which was given to Peggy looked exactly like the picture of Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. So Peggy is telling, I know that she really liked us. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. And she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Vanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard. So she was thinking of Vanda and tears were rolling out of Maddie's eye. Looking saltily over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off. After she said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So this is the lesson. I hope you have understood the lesson. This portion we have completed our lesson. Next class we will move on to the new poem. Till then, take care. Goodbye.